Good to have you on the show, Big Rob.
Okay, you forgot something. Is Big Rob, aka Rob Nyarenda, the non-offender, will never surrender because he's sweet and tender and just a love defender. Once I criticized what's his name? Peterson's video, the one.
OC.
No, not that one, but. Shy Man, yeah, he did. What was I just?
Oh, Fendera Feduze.
At the time it came out, that was my wife's favorite song. She loved that song, you know. So we went. I critiqued it and I gave it a miss. And I got home. My wife had locked me out. Yeah, for real. True story. She locked me out.
This is a calling. This is what God called me for. So I know one day to bear fruit, but as it is now, Zambian film industry.
So what's the problem? Landa
problem wadish mama kwani mama turanga mafyuni mwambile kumaka banana. So the same problems mwale kwata ene mweka kudia. Na mfwe mbokunka mafya itwingira.
Mama problem kwati ya shani.
Mama problems yengi. Mama problems ya why kifitali pila. Ali pila shani we muntu mwali umfano mwalisa muri fyumu. Why kifwala la senda. So it's the same thing, the same stories that we used to hear about matongo wala kana kusapaseti matongo so and the same thing that we keep on hearing. Twalepanga fyumu bonse. You saw how much we are spending every day. Mulepo haya producer anye kuisa akanyampo kuwaka kwebati that's Bemba Terusela akumye kuise mpia chakwebati apange fyumu English ama logistics as the high fine then to pay the cast and crew. Queen is a woman of prayer. My wife can pray.
Amen.
My wife can pray. So now
it's showing that's how come you're successful.
Yeah, so now imagine I'm successful because Queen ale mpepela. Imagine afaila pona umbe gelo na opa impadi na mshitatu shonze shishide pepa nkafika pesa wa makwani nitaira kejo.
Mike. Good evening and thank you for joining us. This is BMTV Main News at 18 hours. We're live on Topstar, Bmtv Zambia channel 114, on Facebook, Bmtv Zambia channel 114, and on YouTube, Bmtv Zambia. And you can also stream on www.bmtvzambia.com. We look at stories making headlines. Parliament dissolved ahead of general elections. ECZ clarifies increase in the polling stations ahead of 2026 general elections. E-registry equipment to strengthen digital health services handed over. Ex-South African president to appeal order to proceed with graft trial. MTN Super League match week 33 fixtures confirmed. To present the news in detail, my name is Ruth Musakabantu. The country today witnessed the official dissolution of Parliament ahead of the forthcoming general elections, marking the beginning of nomination process at various civic centers across the nation. Meanwhile, Minister of Information and Media, Cornelius Mwetwa, has delivered his farewell message, thanking the media and the nation for the support rendered during his tenure in government. And Permanent Secretary Tawo Kawana has appreciated the services rendered by the minister, describing his contribution to government and communication and the public engagement as commendable.
We are a happy bunch at the ministry. We are happy people. We are joyful people. And we have tried over the years to ensure that our work environment is not that which grips people, is not that which makes people on a Monday feel like they don't want to go for work. We have made sure it is not toxic. But that has been made possible because of your style of leadership, Honorable Minister. You have given us the latitude to do that which we must do. You have been a father to us. You have given us proper guidance, only summoning us where we go wrong and correcting us in a fatherly way. And today we are where we are. So we want to say thank you very much. We are a lucky ministry because we started off with a mother and ending up with a father. So for me particularly,
The Electoral Commission of Zambia, ECZ, has clarified concerns surrounding the increase in the number of polling stations for the 2026 general elections, stating that the rise does not result from delimitation or the creation of new voting centers. According to Chief Electoral Officer Brown Kasaro, the increase follows the certification of register of voters, which now stands at 8,786,300 registered voters nationwide. Mr. Kasaro explained that once the voter register is certified, the Commission determines the number of polling stations required based on the number of voters assigned to each voting center. He noted that voting takes place at voting centers, with each center containing one or more polling stations, also referred to as voting rooms depending on the number of voters registered at the location. Mr. Kasaro cited the University of Zambia Sports Hall as an example of a single voting center that may contain several polling rooms due to the high number of registered voters. The Ministry of Health has received e-registry equipment support from the United Nations Population Fund during a handover ceremony officiated by Health Minister Alex Katakwe. The initiative is expected to strengthen Zambia's digital health systems and improve the delivery of maternal, newborn, and reproductive health services nationwide. Here is a report.
The Minister of Health, Alex Katakwe, has officiated the handover ceremony of the e-registry equipment supported by the United Nations Population Funds alongside the UNFPA country representative. The initiative is aimed at strengthening Zambia's digital health systems and improving the delivery of quality maternal, newborn, and reproductive health services across the country.
one might ask, why does the digitalization of a ministry's registry matter in the grand scheme of health transformation? The answer is simple. Data is the lifeblood of a functioning health system. Every document processed in our registry, every record filed, retrieved, or action touches a decision, a program, or a life. A paper-based system, no matter how diligently maintained, introduces inefficiencies, risks of loss, and barriers.
Speaking during the ceremony, Dr. Katakwe said that the equipment will help improve data management, service delivery, and access to essential health care services, especially for women and children.
Partnership and unwavering commitment on both sides. The government's own contribution of $11.4 million toward sexual and reproductive health commodities between 2023 and 2025, and locking $5.5 million in UNFPA match funds. This demonstrates that Zambia is committed to health financing sovereignty.
The Ministry of Health says that the partnership with UNFPA reflects government's commitment to advancing health care through technology and ensuring efficient health service delivery nationwide. Reporting for BMTV News, this is Sontwa.
Government and the United Nations have launched Phase 3 of the GRZ United Nations Joint Program on Social Protection, aimed at strengthening inclusive, shock-responsive and sustainable social protection systems from 2025 to 2028. Speaking during the launch, Ministry of Community Development and Social Services Permanent Secretary for Administration, Angela Kawandami, said the program demonstrates government's commitment to protecting vulnerable groups and promoting equity, dignity, and social justice. And speaking on behalf of the United Nations Resident Coordinator, UNICEF Country Representative Dr. Saja Abdullah, described the social protection as more than just a safety net, saying it is key to human development and social cohesion and inclusive economic growth. Meanwhile, Foreign Commonwealth and Development Office Development Director and Deputy British High Commissioner Simon Tenbreke Jackson reaffirmed to supporting government efforts in poverty reduction.
The launch of the GRZ UNJPSP Phase 3 is not merely the commencement of another program phase, it is the reaffirmation of our shared commitment to protecting the most vulnerable and promoting human dignity, equity, and social justice. It is my sincere hope that the implementation of this phase will yield meaningful and transformative results for the people of Zambia. With these few remarks, I thank all of you for your attention and wish the GRZ UNJPSP Phase 3 every success. I thank you.
Social protection has a unique role to play in responding to these pressures, helping people cope in the short term, whilst also supporting resilience and opportunity over the longer term. The UK is committed to supporting systems that a government...
Its success will depend on the continued leadership of the government, the strong interagency coordination and active engagement of civil societies and communities, and the sustained commitment of all cooperating partners present here today. The United Nations Zambia remains fully committed to supporting a national-led, resilient and inclusive social protection system, one that delivers lasting results for the people of Zambia, for this generation and those to come.
Student union leaders from Copperbelt University, Kobusu and Mukuba University have commended President Hakainde Hichilema for what they described as progressive steps in the education sector. The leaders cited the reintroduction of meal allowances, free education and resuscitation of stored university infrastructure projects as measures that have positively impacted students and the wider education system. Kobusu President Given Chipewo said President Hichilema has taken bold and progressive steps that are impacting positively on the education sector. Ministry of Education Permanent Secretary Education Services, Dr. Kevin Mambwe, reaffirmed that government interventions under President Hichilema are anchored on the belief that education is the vehicle for economic development. The Italian Embassy in Zambia last evening hosted an art exhibition titled The Black Forest Project by Italian artist Giulio Laled, showcasing artistic research focused on environmental themes developed over the decades of professional exploration. Speaking during the event, Italian Ambassador to Zambia Enrico De Agostini called on diplomats and international investors interested in Zambia's development to respect and protect ecosystems. Ambassador De Agostini emphasized that the importance of balancing economic growth with environmental conservation, stating that sustainable investments are essential in preserving natural resources for future generations. And co-founder of the Women's History Museum of Zambia, Samba Yonga, stressed the need to preserve cultural heritage and protect forests, noting that communities have a responsibility to safeguard the environment and history of future generations.
This year was about 30%. It now stands at 46%. So the negative trend can be reversed. It can be done also here in Central and Southern Africa. Zambia is on the brink of development. There is no doubt about it. The mining sector is being expanded, new transport corridors are being opened, new land is being cleared for agricultural exploitation. And we're all involved. We are all, in a sense, direct or indirect perpetrators of deforestation. And at the same time, we're all victims of this phenomenon, whether we live here or not. Because to paraphrase President Hichilema, deforestation anywhere is deforestation everywhere. Every tree that is felled anywhere in the world constitutes a loss for all of the Earth's ecosystems, and therefore for all of this planet's inhabitants. So what do we do, apart from throwing stones into this very little pond that is called Lusaka? Well, the European Union and some of its member states, for example, invest over 60 million euros in projects that are designed to protect the forest and the environment in general in Zambia. Also in Malawi, we are collectively trying to protect whatever is left of the wilderness. And I think
the Black Forest exhibition, because as part of our work, what we do is work to preserve our cultural heritage. And obviously our heritage is also the environment. In the old days when we had indigenous knowledge systems, the important thing was to take care of our forests. But now the way we're cutting down trees, we don't seem to mind what we're doing to the environment. We don't understand that the environment also affects us. So I think this exhibition is important to remind us, give us the message of why it's important to protect our forests, because our forests are our life.
The first female parliamentary aspirant for Mansa West, Stella Mbewe, has expressed concern over the failure to create employment opportunities for people in the area despite its rich natural resources. Speaking in an exclusive interview with BMTV News, Mbewe, who is aspiring on the Stella Mbewe ticket, said Mansa West is endowed with valuable minerals such as siglite and other resources, which should benefit the local people through the establishment of companies that can create jobs. Mbewe further stated that the rise in illegal mining activities is mainly due to the lack of employment opportunities for youths and residents in the area. She has since pledged to promote investment and job creation if elected as Member of Parliament for Mansa West.
As you are aware, I'm actually one of those that was born in Mansa. I was born in Mansa in 1976. I was born from Mansa General Hospital, and I went to Mansa Trades Training Institute, where there is a lot of manganese. So in an event that I'm elected into being their representative, that is as a Member of Parliament, I'll ensure that I'll bring in a lot of investors. Let's say we've got Zambia Consolidated Copper Investment, ZCCH Holdings. Those are the people I'm going to work with together with the Ministry of Mining. And those are the people that are going to work now with the local people to make sure that when the investment is brought into my constituency, we are going to give jobs to the youths who are the majority with no employment. And we are going to invest in the cars that are using, what is this? They're using electricity. So the same cars that are using electricity, they use a lot of manganese. So if I'm elected, I'm going to lobby in Parliament through the Ministry of Mine. We are going to partner with a lot of foreign investment. We are going to do a lot of things in Mansa Central. It's not only about manganese. We also have mukula in my constituency. There is mukula in Fimpulu, mukula in as you are going to Bahati constituency. There's an area where we have a lot of mukula, but we've got a lot of illegal people that are doing a lot of illegal things in my constituency. As I come to Mansa Central, I'm going to bring a lot of change. A lot of things that are happening there are very much illegal. You can even see what is happening with the sugilite. We have a lot of sugilite, but the people of Mansa Central, they've become poorer and poorer because there's no mechanism in place that can bring sanity into these things that are happening.
We'll be back with international news.
Good to have you on the show, Big Rob.
Okay, you forgot something is Big Rob, aka Rob Nyirenda, the non-offender, will never surrender because he's sweet and tender and just a love defender. Once I criticized what's his name? Peterson's video, the one
OC.
No, not that one, but Shy Man. Yeah, he did. What was I just?
Oh, Fendera Feduze.
At the time it came out, that was my wife's favorite song. She loved that song, you know. So we went. I critiqued it and I gave it a miss. And I got home. My wife had locked me out. Yeah, for real. True story. She locked me out.
This is a calling. This is what God called me for.
form.
So I know one day to bear fruit, but as it is now, mwadidila koni. Zambian film industry, as it is now, mwadidila koni. Zambian film industry.
So what's the problem? Landa fye.
Problem mwadishi makwani mama turanga mafiu ni mwambile kumaka banana. So the same problems mwale kwata ni mweka kudia. Na mfwe mbokunka mafia ituingira.
Ama problem kwati ya shani.
Ama problems yengi. Ama problems ya why krifitali pila. Aleli pila shani we muntu mwadi umfana mwalisa muli fiumu. Why krifwala la senda. So it's the same thing. The same stories that we used to hear about matongo wala kana kusapaseti. Matongo so and the same thing that we keep on hearing. Twalipanga fiumu bonse. You saw how much we are spending every day. Mlepo haya producer anye kuisa akanyampo waka kwebati that's Bemba terusela akumye kuise mpia chakwebati apange fiumu engisha ma logistics ashte high fine then to pay the cast and crew. Queen is a woman of prayer. My wife can pray.
Amen.
My wife can pray. So now
anyway, it's showing that's how come you're successful.
Yeah, so now imagine I'm successful because Queen ale mpepela. Imagine afaila pona umbi gelo na opa impadi na mshitatu shonze shishire pepa ngafisha pesa wa makwani nitaira kejo.
Welcome back. And in our international news, just hours after a South African judge said the long-running graft trial of Jacob Zuma must proceed, the former president instructed his legal team to appeal the ruling. On Thursday, a KwaZulu-Natal High Court ordered that the so-called arms deal corruption case against Zuma and French defense giant Thales would go ahead on 1 February 2027. Here is more news from Africa News.
Just hours after a South African judge said the long-running graft trial of Jacob Zuma must proceed, the former president instructed his legal team to appeal the ruling. On Thursday, a KwaZulu-Natal High Court ordered that the so-called arms deal corruption case against Zuma and French defense giant Thales would go ahead on the 1st of February 2027. Judge Nkosi Chile accused Zuma and Thales of using Stalingrad defense, a legal term for a strategy to slow down proceedings through constant appeals. Thales and Zuma are accused of corruption, racketeering, money laundering and fraud related to the 1999 $2 billion arms deal to purchase military equipment from European defense companies. Zuma is accused of taking bribes when he was deputy president, totaling about $250,000 from Thales in exchange for protecting the firm from an investigation into the deal. In June last year, Zuma and Thales sought to have criminal charges against them dropped, but their application was dismissed by the same court and judge. It was one of numerous challenges and appeals made by them, which has tied the case up in legal disputes for over 2 decades. The Jacob Zuma Foundation has described the latest ruling as totally erroneous.
U.S. President Donald Trump wrapped up his visits to Beijing on Friday with a private meeting at Chinese leader Xi Jinping official residence before he departed for Washington. During a series of meetings and events Thursday, the two discussed divisive issues such as Iran war, trade, technology, and Taiwan. During meetings, Trump said Xi Jinping told him China wants to help negotiate an end to the war and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. Africa News has more details.
U.S. President Donald Trump wrapped up his visit to Beijing Friday with a private meeting at Chinese leader Xi Jinping's official residence before he departed for Washington. During a series of meetings and events Thursday, the two discussed divisive issues such as the Iran war, trade, technology, and Taiwan. During those meetings, Trump said Xi told him China wants to help negotiate an end to the war and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. China is the largest buyer of Iranian oil, and Trump hopes Xi will use that leverage to prod Iran into a deal on U.S. terms. Trump also said Xi assured him that China would not provide Iran with military equipment. Trump has taken a decidedly rosy outlook on the U.S.-China relationship during this trip. But that has collided with some difficult truths about the thorniest issues between the two superpowers, including Taiwan, the Iran war, and trade.
And in our sports news tonight, the MTN Super League has unveiled fixtures for match week 33 of the 2025-2026 season, with crucial encounters lined up across various venues this weekend. On Saturday, Kabwe Warriors will host Desco United at Railway Stadium in Kabwe, while Zanaco FC face Nchanga Rangers at Sunset Stadium in Lusaka. Mutondo Stars will take on Mines United in Kitwe. Sunday's fixtures will see Nkana FC welcome FC Muza at Nkana Stadium in Kitwe in an early kick-off, and Green Eagles are set to clash with Power Dynamos in Choma, while Red Arrows travel to face Mufulira Wanderers. Elsewhere, Kokola Blades host Napsa Stars in Chidilabombwe, and FC Leopards face Green Buffaloes in Kabwe, and in Kwazi, FC take on Kansashi Dynamos in Lusaka. The matches come as teams continue battling for points in the closing stages of the season. Parliament dissolved ahead of general elections. ECZ clarifies increase in polling stations ahead of the 2026 general elections. E-registry equipment to strengthen digital health services handed over. Ex-South African president to appeal order to proceed with graft trial. And in sports, so much for watching and enjoy the rest of your evening. This has been Ruth Msakavanto. Good night. Community, where every voice matters and every story counts.
Si solution kuti bazimwambu bafunika bakasi kenga kwatu maskills kwa mle bashitako banzao so that bashandize command government fanga chito maningi chabeti ngati appreciate bakazi ba muna wonse waonongeka.
Counseling sessions for our youths that are people who are using drugs, and also we have a clinic at the University Teaching Hospital.
So
from youth empowerment to health, education, development, and the everyday challenges affecting our people, we bring the community closer to the conversations that inspire change. Watch My Community right here on BMTV every Sunday at 17 hours. Keep watching BMTV.
Ifyevo fyaba fyashi tababa muli pachalo engama kubomesha banjebele.